We are live.
Holy
Wow.
cow.
Hey, guys and gals. Hopefully, everybody can see us. We're trying to figure this thing out. Two technically challenged guys trying to figure out this stuff. But
Right.
all right. So if you look,
What's up, Craig? So,
uh,
just to let you know, this is like, we're so new with this. So, I've got my chat over here, Mike, and I can see it,
right,
but it's not playing the video.
you're
However,
good.
I can see the video over here on the computer. I don't know what's happening.
um, try to go out on your one that you can see the chat, but you can't see the video.
I
Try
just
to.
did that.
Oh,
Yeah, I
you're
went
first.
out and it came back and it's not playing the video. I mean, I don't, they must see it. So, unless,
Listen. You got
I don't know.
somebody. We're trying to figure it out because it's not showing up on mine yet either. So let's see what the heck's going on here. Uh, did we get our destinations put in? That was live. Yeah, see, it's doing it to me too. So hang on just a second. Gotta love it.
All right. So,
Hang
all right. Mark, Rick, or Craig, where are you guys? Where
Where
are
are you
you
guys
guys
sitting?
seeing me right now? Is it on my channel or Mikey's channel?
Not on mine because mine's doing the same thing. All right. Media assets. More.
Yeah, it's
Stream
weird. I
setting.
can't see. I got no chat on this side, so
Yes. Audio. I don't know if it's because it's lagging or if I'm just plain doing something wrong.
I don't know. That's a good
I don't know
question.
either. I don't know either. Rookies, man. You got to love the rookies. I don't
Yeah,
want to
right.
change my camera. Shift up for comment banners. Orientation settings are disabled. Landscape, portrait. All right, back there. Because we're obviously getting out there. Hey, Mike and
Oh,
Jason.
see,
Donnie can see us.
now I'm seeing that. So I think that's got to be your chat that I'm seeing up on my computer screen.
Okay.
So we got ELH scale model garage. We got
Yep.
Donnie Griffin that I'm seeing on yours. On mine, I'm seeing different people. I'm not seeing different people, but I'm getting comments from different people. So,
Right.
or I was, anyways.
And for this one, I'm still not on my channel, still not broadcasting, and I don't know why. Huh. Let me see. Delete, put in. It's probably got something to do with the destination. Hey, we got 6 people in here, and if nothing else, he said
What are
Donnie
you
says he
talking
sees us
about?
both.
Dude, I got 15 on mine.
Do you? You got more friends than me. Well, if they can see it, it must be something on my end as far as because Donnie just said he can see you both.
Yep.
I see you both. Ed said, "Yeah, I can see you are." All right. So let me see what's then must be on this end that's just not picked up yet.
It's just really weird.
It is weird. This is why we build models and not technical advisors.
Yeah. It says it's waiting for me to go live, but I don't
Yeah.
know how I'm supposed to
Yes.
go live.
Yeah. Mine says the same thing, but they can see us, so that's weird. That is weird.
Oh,
Let me see what we got here. 7 watching live. There. Go all the way out, Jason. That's what I had to do. I went all the way out. And there's BG Extreme Underground Scale Models. Hey guys, sorry if we're a little less than entertaining. We're trying to figure it out, but I think we got it. But Jason, I had to go all the way out of YouTube, or I say all the way out of YouTube, all the way out, and then came back in. And when I did, and I went to my channel and it showed it live, clicked on it, boom. Now I'm on my channel. I can see the chat and I can see us on that. So
no, that's not working for me.
uh, I
Let
see
me
you
see.
both
Let me
and
mess
not
with it.
clicked
As long
into.
as somebody can see me somewhere, that's all that matters, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just the phone hasn't figured it. But your people on your chat can see you, right? This is how we
I don't
learn.
know. I asked
They-
that and I haven't got an answer from anybody yet, so I don't know if they can see me or not on mine.
Well, I can answer that one for you too, because I'll just go like this. Boom. Sunday build day. Boom. Blue Ox Model Shop. Boom. All right, nope. I can see. Yeah, you got a bunch of guys in there, but right now it's not showing the camera stuff. It
Yep.
just shows your logo.
Yep. Let me figure this out. My channel went to live. Okay, it says it's upcoming.
Mhm. But mine is actually showing. Oh, that's Justin. Just got home taking a shit and I'll be able to spend some time with you. There's Jimmy. All right, so it's definitely working. We just got to figure out how, because like I said, I can see it now. I can see us now, and got the chat on that end.
Very,
But
very
anyways,
weird.
hope everybody's doing well. Donnie, Ed, Mr. BG, good to see you, my friend. Hope all is doing well. We are doing our first, clearly our first
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon build day. Um, if you guys have been following along, I've done a couple of these, and I talked to Mr. Jason, and he said he'd like to be a part of it. So as soon as we figure out how it all works, we'll be able to get to building, and we're just going to have some fun. It's not an interview type show. It's just us hanging out and building, having a little fun. Maybe talk some techniques, answer some questions from you guys, and like Jason said, some of his viewers. Right, exactly, Bruce. Where's Bruce? Or exactly, Brian. Where's Bruce when you need him?
No joke. Yeah, no kidding.
No kidding.
Mm.
But anyway, while you're playing with that, I'm gonna go ahead and start cracking on my deal. I'll do a little rewind. You know, we've been working on this motor we got from Josh at VCG. We mocked it all up, at least enough to where we can get it in the chassis when time comes and knows that everything's fits. So I'm going to start working on my tub. That's the next part in my directions. The directions say that the tub is next. Reminder: this is the car we're working on. 71 Dart, Richard Petty Dart. LOL, Bruce is missing. Yeah, we miss him. Uh,
Yeah, we definitely missing him right now.
um, this Richard Petty Dart. We've been working on this on Sundays and hanging out with y'all and having fun. Again, we've got some technical issues now, but I know Jason will figure it out. But for some
Yeah.
reason,
Okay. You know I'm gonna figure it out.
I got faith in Jason.
Huh.
You can do it. So
Hold on.
hold on. It might be a destination thing.
I don't know. I'm fixing to. I don't know if I'm gonna be live differently on my thing here or not. So I just went live. So I'm live. We must have screwed something up with the destination
Okay, that's
because
what I'm
I'm
thinking too.
live on my phone on my channel, not on here.
Oh wow. Okay. So all right. The Blue Ox Model Shop is live. I just got a notification.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, it
yeah.
must be a destination thing. We'll have to get behind the scenes after we shut it off. You're broadcasting now. They're seeing the same stuff that we're seeing. It's
Well,
just
no,
not
they're
going.
seeing now. They're seeing you from my channel and me. So I'm gonna get off of here. If there's one person watching this right now on my phone, I'm getting off here because I'm supposed to be live over there, but I'm live over here and over there, and that ain't gonna work.
That ain't
So
gonna work.
so yeah, we'll figure this out for next week, and hopefully we can be live in the same place. I don't know.
Let's hope. Let's hope. If
Bye.
nothing else,
Bye. I don't know who you are in there. But there's
but
one of you, and I'm saying bye. Go over to Mikey's channel. You'll probably see me there. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening.
hey, fake it till you make it, right?
Oh, there you go. End streaming. Oh man, there was 7 people on my thing.
Dude,
I don't know what is happening, Mikey, but we're just gonna go with what
we'll
I'm seeing
figure it
here.
out. We'll figure
Yeah.
it out. You're right. I think it's a destination thing. We have to make sure that it's going to both mine and yours.
Yeah, if that's a possibility, we'll see.
The only way to test that is we're just going to have to be some bumbling idiots next week and come on and just freaking figure it out to like a test shot, right?
I
We're
guess.
coming on here long enough to make sure everything works like it's supposed to.
I
I'm sure
guess.
there's absolutely nothing wrong with the system. It's probably the dodo bird behind it. That would be me.
Oh my god.
Justin just messaged me, said he just got home, so it looks like he might show up here in a little bit to say hi.
Oh, that's too
And
bad.
that's too bad. Yeah, that is too bad.
Oh gosh. Okay, so now that I don't even know what's going on. Let me look and see who's in this chat. Leon, how's it going?
Yeah, we got
BG, what's
Leon,
up, BG?
BG's in here.
Rick's in there. Donnie's in there. Link is in there. Justin, who? Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Justin who? Yeah, right.
He's
What?
probably looking for Jansen.
well, now that my Jason Klein introduces himself when we do the show on Thursdays as just in case. That was funny.
Absolutely fantastic.
It's me, just in case.
It's me, just in case.
That was a Mr. BG thing. Boy, that was funny. I about peed on myself when I did that. And of course, BG was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." We're just dead steadily laughing. So, Jason, what do you want to tell the fine folks what it is you've decided to work on today?
Yeah. So, like I said, I think I did a video earlier in the week. I'm going to start this. I'm building this to bring to Can-Am Con, the show that is up in Vermont on April. Hold on, I get the flyer. All right,
What's
Saturday, April 12th. This is the flyer for that show right
nice.
there.
Nice.
That's
the one in Mount Mansfield?
Yes, this is
that area.
Hosted by the Mount Mansfield Scale Modelers and IPMS Champaign Valley. Can-Am Con 2025. Anyway, the theme for their show is British Invasion. So I'm building a Jag.
Nice.
Going to be completely box stock. I decided that I'm not going to add any extra engine details, anything like that. It's a pretty sweet kit. Comes with a piece of carpet that I can cut for the floors.
Nice.
Just pretty cool. These wire wheels are molded. They're one piece, but they're molded open. So I'm going to bring myself up on the large screen real quick. So if you can see those wheels, they're like molded open. Wire wheels molded open, but they're still one piece.
That's still cool, though.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I'm going to use those. And like I said, cracking the plastic on it now.
Cracking the plastic. Got a hoot bar somewhere that I'm missing.
Some really nice stuff.
And you said again, it's a Tamiya kit, right?
It is. It's a Tamiya full detail kit. So it's got full engine detail.
Nice.
I don't know what I'm looking for because I'm sure I'm not going to find any flash on this thing.
Probably not on that kit. That's a good, well-built kit.
There's that, and then there's this. What are you working on?
Like I said, I got the 71 Dart, and right now we've gone from last couple weeks. I've been mocking up that VCG small block Chrysler motor, and I got it mocked up enough to where I can get it into the chassis when time comes. So this week I'm going to focus on the I'll call it the interior. Just got YouTube notification that Jason is live. Okay.
No, Jason's not live.
No, that was a technical hiccup, if you will. Uh, so this week I'm working on the interior parts. Looks like I'm going to mock up the cage, fuel tank, oil cooler, seats, shifter.
Right.
I put everything together, mock it up first with the white glue,
Yeah.
and then see how everything's going to fit. And this car, it's kind of easy because it's just about everything's petty blue, right? I mean, it's a petty race car, right? It's just about everything's freaking petty blue. So it's
Yeah.
kind of overkill to do it the way I'm doing it with this one, but in
Yeah.
an effort to show everybody how we do things and to try to make it interesting, I've decided to go ahead and do it that way.
Nice.
But literally, the interior's petty blue, the exterior's petty blue, the motor block's petty blue. I mean, it's petty blue. I could probably do this model car like they do the ones on the real ones, right? Just stick it in the paint tank and roll the car over in the paint tank and
Right.
leave it. But I am missing something. What part number is that? 6. I'm looking for part number 6. What about y'all, chat? What are y'all working on? I need to get to breaking plastic on that uh, USAC build. I haven't even touched it. In fact, to the point where I'm so far behind now, I'm probably going to have to shift gears with my chassis. I was going to use uh, the Camaro one from Iceman,
Yeah.
and I even cut the back half off of that one that I had. But I think I'm going to be smarter. I in that collection of stuff that I was selling a while ago.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that was missing pieces or had gotten started, and I wasn't sure what was there, what wasn't there. But I found a couple of those old school pro stock, what do they call them? Pro stock cars. And
Yeah.
I found one of the Glidden cars and one of the, oh, you know his name, the little yellow Camaros, like the '80s, one of the '80s models Camaros, and then one of the Thunderbirds that had already been started. So I think I'm going to steal the chassis out of one of those, whichever one the wheelbase fits.
Yep.
Steal the chassis out of one of those and put it together that way. But
Nice.
right, right now, I'm trying to find the dang.
Let's see. Who am I missing here? Oh, look at that. We got. Hey,
Yeah,
Ray. What's going on, buddy? Craig's Corner's in here. Hey, Craig. Let's see. Matthew Inman. Hello, Matthew. Terry Wilson. How's it going, Terry? Hopefully, I'm caught up on everybody.
What's up, Matthew? Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. We still need to get together so we can talk about getting you onto the AMC livecast show. We got to get you set up for a manufacturer's day.
Stephen
Hey,
Tessel. Hello, guys. Hard to find you guys. Yeah, sorry, but we're both boneheads when it comes to
this
figuring out what we're
technology
doing here.
this technology thing is kicking our butts. And you know what the worst part about it is? I was pretty confident when we started. Right before we went on, I was
Yeah,
pretty
I know.
confident.
Me
I
too,
thought I
right?
had I thought I had it all figured out. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I echo what BG said. Where's Bruce when you need him? That guy is priceless, dude.
Well, maybe we need to I don't know. See if we can get Bruce to give us a lesson.
I'm sure we write him a check. He'll teach us anything we need to know.
Write him a check.
Oh, I know where it is. Sitting here looking for my X-Acto knife, and it was behind me.
Holy cow, is that really? Hey, Jeff Lawless, how are you, buddy?
What's up, my bearded brother?
Oh, that is pretty cool. So, not that you'll ever be able to see it on camera, but this engine has Jaguar stamped in it
On the valve cover or in the motor
on the
itself?
side of the engine block.
Oh wow,
It's got the Jaguar logo, and then what looks like would be a serial number, and then 3.8.
nice. I was And when I did that, first started working on that motor from Josh.
What's going on? You don't have a damn Rust-Oleum shirt on, do you?
Nope.
Hey, good.
What is up, Justin?
What is up, my people?
Just living the dream, brother. Living the
Yeah,
dream.
buddy.
But I did find out nightmares are dreams too. That's what Sarge told me. So
Well, that's
I'm gonna have
probably
to
why. It's probably why we struggled with this, right? Because we're living a nightmare right now.
we
Speak for
Justin
yourselves. I ain't struggling.
no, we were struggling with, and maybe you know a little bit more about it than we do, but we're trying to broadcast to mine and to to Jason's, and we put it in as one of the destinations, but it's not coming up.
It won't stream to my channel. It only streams to Mikey's.
Dude, do I look like I know this technological stuff?
Okay.
I mean, you are talking to the guy that misspelled the word Jason.
Yes, he did. And I got him that night. He had his wife fix it though. At least on the digital one.
It was the wife that did misspell it. So
oh, fair enough. Who checked her? Did anybody check her work?
Nope.
No.
Nobody checks that work.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
So if everybody in here may or may not know Justin, he's a good friend of ours. He is part of the Model Insanity podcast. Go check if you haven't checked that out yet. Go check it out. Him and his co-arts, Rob Rev, Robert Adams. I always get Frank's last name wrong. Donati.
Frank Donati.
and
Frank Donati.
And they all do a really good show over there. Check those guys out. It's definitely entertaining. They'll have you laughing. Rob Riv is quite the character. In fact, Rob Riv took me to the woodshed last night.
Yes, he did.
My goodness.
He took me to the woodshed. So needless to say, I won't be talking as much on there. I'll give somebody else a chance to talk.
All right.
So Jason, I just listened to the latest episode. Well,
yeah.
I started listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. It did not cause me to want to swerve into a bridge abutment on my way back from Jersey.
Yeah, that's good. I was gonna say, did Matt do a good enough job editing together everything that he had to deal with?
I mean, overall, it sounded good. I was trying to figure out what the hell that throbbing, buzzing sound was.
Okay. He didn't take that out, huh?
No.
Okay.
That, I mean, coming through car speakers, that was hardcore.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
That was the fan in his computer.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what I said. Huh?
I said, am I allowed to say that here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently, this isn't my live stream, so I don't know, Mikey. Is he allowed to say that here?
Yeah. Listen, the whole idea is supposed to be just inviting people in to watch us build and hang out with us and try to get an idea of what we do when we're building, maybe answer some questions, and just have fun. Have fun in the hobby.
So, Justin, have you seen these yet?
What is that? That's.
Let me put myself up on the big screen. Have you seen this brand of stuff yet? Blockies?
I have not.
So I found this at my comic book shop today. It's like a Gundam kit, but it's a Transformer Classics class.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. $15.
Have you opened it up? Have you broken it down yet?
I've opened it. Hold the phone. Nope, that's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I've opened it up, but I haven't broken it off the trees yet. But it is basically a Gundam kit.
It's a style of Gundam. Okay.
Yeah.
I know there was a line from Flame Toys for a while that did those classic Transformers in Gundam style. I've done a Starscream and a Bumblebee, and I have Optimus and Megatron in the stash.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I figured I'd give it a shot. It's
absolutely
looks definitely cool, but the coolest part about this, and I haven't quite figured out exactly how yet, it's lit.
Interesting.
Part of this thing is lit up, so we'll see how this pans out. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
So Jeff Lawless was saying he did the 24-hour group build and got it done in 9.5 hours. I couldn't figure out what color I'm going to paint something in 9.5 hours.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah, Sluggo,
I had
go ahead.
I had my club meeting today at MFCA, the MFCA club at AAA Hobbies in Jersey, and I was like, oh, you know what? While I'm here, let me grab the Cobra paints for the 32 Ford that I'm going to be building. Yeah, I don't know what color I want to paint that thing.
But Sluggo, yeah, we were kind of bouncing around a little bit on the streams. We're trying to get it set up to where we can broadcast from this one and simulcast from Jason's. And apparently the dodo bird being me, didn't know what he was doing. And so we had to go back and forth from Jason's until we got on this one. But hopefully next week, you'll be able to go on to Jason's or mine and be able to get in there.
Yep.
I know it can be done. I just don't know how to do it. So
yeah,
I thought I did know how to do it, but I was wrong. Duh.
Well, it's all right. Like I said, I've never done this before, so I don't know what I'm doing either. But we'll figure it out.
Yeah. That might be half the fun. We probably get a bunch of viewers just to come in and see what we screw up this week.
Right. Right.
So, Jason, I know you're working on that Jag that you were talking about on the episode. Mike, what are you working on?
I am working on, Jason and I have a group build. It's called Saturday Night Short Track Group Build.
Yeah.
That we've been doing, go from May to May. And Jason's already got one done, and I hadn't barely started on it. So that was literally the motivation behind doing this on Sundays, was to be able to work on, dedicate time to work on something. And if I tell people I'm going to be here, then that at least holds my feet to the fire. And Jason was kind of dealing with the same stuff, so he got on board with us. But the quick answer to your question is this 71 Dodge Dart Richard Petty Roundy Round car.
Nice.
And it's a super simple kit, but we're putting in an aftermarket motor from Josh at VCG. Here, let me get you up on the big screen. Let's see it a little better. Solo layout. So we got it mocked up, and this is the small block Chrysler from VCG. Cool little motor. Very detailed, and he's got a lot of different pieces and parts that come with it. If you want to get it from stock or whatever car you want to put it in, a couple different carburetors and different. It's even got an old school twin cylinder AC compressor in it, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But wanted to do this one first, and I build it solely on Sundays, just so people can follow along, see where I'm at and what I'm doing. But
yeah. Well, as many times as I'm going to be doing this with you guys, you will see me bouncing all over the place from project to project.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, right. Well, right now I am working on a couple of commitments that I signed up for. Lack of a better term, I'm a presenter at this vintage toy show called ZoloCon up here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Last March, I guess it was, I did it with my buddy Mark, and we were just basically spending the day building models together while we sat in the midst of this. So it's actually at a centrifuge, which is where the Apollo astronauts trained.
Oh wow.
Got the whole freaking capsule and the arm and all that stuff is above us as we're sitting here building our models.
That's cool.
It's full of vintage toys, vintage figures. I think the line is called Mego. So a lot of Star Trek figures and stuff. The guy that did the original artwork for the first 6 Transformers from back in the
Yeah.
80s, he was there selling prints and signing prints. So I bought a couple of prints there. But the guy that was sitting across from us does 3D printing, and he asked us to paint some figures for him. So this is a Ray Harryhausen Cyclops
No
from
kidding.
one of the Clash of the Titans, or one of those
Yeah.
old movies. So I gotta get hustling, and I gotta get this thing painted for that. That show is in March.
Yeah.
And then my own club, guy went to a show September, I think, and he won in the raffle or something, or he won a prize. And one of the prizes that he won was a multi-piece D-Day vignette scene, and it had, I think, 8 figures to it. So he had a bunch of us from the club pick out a figure out of the thing, and he wants us all to do a figure in our style.
Nice.
And and then he wants to display it at the show in May. So I got to get working on this thing too. So
Wow, that's cool. That's cool though.
it's cool, but at the same time, I don't really feel like working on it, but I have to because time flies by.
It does do that.
Right.
It does do that.
So I figure this is a good time to get these things started, get the body assembled on the Cyclops, put some filler on it, and put it in the dehydrator to get the filler all jacked up. Oh, and then I got these this weird skinny Frankenstein's monster thing that I have to do apparently as well.
Nice.
I don't know what it's from. It looks familiar, but I don't know. So I
It does
gotta
look familiar. It looks like
Right?
he's wearing a fur coat.
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly.
I've seen that somewhere.
I'll shoot my guy a message and say, yo, where are these Frankenstein's monster figures from? Because I know it looks familiar, but I have no clue what it is. And we'll see what he says.
Justin, you said the guy you were talking about is Ray Harryhausen? Harryhausen?
Yeah, Ray
Yes.
Harryhausen.
Apparently, Sluggo has either heard of him or knows him because he said he was a legend.
Oh yeah, no, he was definitely a legend in the practical effects world.
Okay.
I just don't know that I'm not 100% on the movie, which movie it came from.
Okay. They said it was fuzzy. I thought for a minute you broke your own rule and maybe used Rust-Oleum or Krylon or something.
You you may be breaking a rule right now, Mike, if you say that again.
Oh shit.
No using the R word?
You gotta
No.
call it Krylonium.
Gosh.
That is such a hot spot. I'm cooking up an idea in my head doing a video on it, really, like the 10 hottest topics, 10 either hottest or most controversial topics in the hobby.
Well, that is a hot and controversial one for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, he was Harryhausen was a huge guy in the practical effects world back in the 60s and 70s, maybe even into the 80s. Sinbad and the Thousand Seas, or whatever the heck it was called.
Yeah.
The original Clash of the Titans and all that stuff. So
That's
I mean,
cool.
it's it's a cool figure. It's just I don't work well under pressure like that.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm blessed. I'm such a crappy builder that nobody wants me to build their stuff for them. Don't worry about it, right? I'm that guy you see at the show, and they're like, "Oh, bless his heart."
Look at him trying.
Look at him. Too bad his parents dropped him on his head like they did.
Right.
Good Lord.
Am I fuzzy again today, Kevin? It's my signal. I'm breaking down and buying a computer and getting direct line. Right now I'm just working off my data service, but and my Wi-Fi is even worse. If I go onto the Wi-Fi, you can't even hear me, see me, or nothing. So I'm
Yeah.
working on getting a computer.
When you zoomed in to show off that engine, you were looked like you were on a Idaho potato.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Make it
that's
look better
funny.
now.
And you guys wonder why I bring these people to these shows because just in case I get out of line, I got to get somebody to straighten me back up.
Right?
The good thing is about these figures is they're all kind of large, so I
Yeah.
can do some airbrush work rather than just brush painting them all.
Nice.
Because brush painting these things will take me forever.
Right.
And for those that don't actually know me, I am a figure modeler, I guess first and foremost. So
Yeah, that might be something you can do, Justin. I forget that not everybody may know from on this side may know who you are. Um, again, we talked about your involvement with the Model Insanity podcast, but if you'd like to tell a little bit about what you build, maybe some of the shows, some of the awards you won, and tell them a little bit about yourself.
sure, absolutely. So I was born 1978 in a suburb of Philadelphia.
Jesus.
We're going all the way back.
No, so you're right. My first model, I was about 6 years old with my dad. It was a 72nd scale P40 Warhawk. I do remember that much, sitting at the kitchen table with him building that thing.
Nice.
But I like to fancy myself an aircraft modeler.
Fucking
But my
grief.
wife yells at me. She says, you got to give it up because you don't win any awards with your aircraft, but you do with your tanks and your figures. So forget about the airplanes. Yeah, so I mean, I kind of got into the figure world with I would do figures for every aircraft or tank that I built. I would always make sure there was a figure with it,
Right.
and because it gives a sense of scale. Makes
Sure,
you
sure.
makes you see how big or how small the aircraft or the tank was. Brings humanity to it as well. So, and I started off with the crappy little Revell figures, monogram figures that were molded over and over and over again for centuries, seems like, to the point where they look soft, like they're carved from soap or something. But then I found the MFCA club, that's the Miniature Figures Collectors of America club. Went to their annual show in Feasterville, Pennsylvania, and started getting hooked up with those guys. And for anybody in the area, I highly recommend coming and checking out the show. So we're not strictly figures, but we are a figure club.
Yep.
We have worldwide. What is the word I'm looking for? Holy crap! World class painters.
Oh wow!
Guys
Nice.
from Europe come to the show. Guys from Greece come to the show.
Wow!
All over the world, these guys come. We had there's a figure painter named Calvin Tan from I believe Singapore or Korea. He came out. He comes over to our show, and I started spending some money on some figures. Jason, one of the figures I sent your wife.
Yeah.
That was one that I picked up at the show.
Oh, nice.
And just gradually got more and more complicated figures, quote unquote complicated.
Yeah.
And tried different techniques and pushed myself to get more and more figures, more and more different techniques. I'm sorry, guys. I am like babbling. I'm starting to sound like outlaw right now.
Okay, we're used to it.
And no, I have not been drinking. But yeah, so I mean, I've won some awards. I mean, I don't do this to win awards, but it's fun to win stuff.
Sure.
I've won awards for my figures, for my tanks. I have gotten a silver or two for some aircraft as well, despite my wife's lamentations. But I try to stay somewhat local to the suburban Philadelphia area.
Okay.
farthest out show I've gone to so far is the one in South Bend last spring. South Bend, Indiana for Amps Nats. That was a fun road trip with the podcast guys. It's the
Right.
first time we got to actually meet in person, because the Insanity podcast is from all over the North American continent. We got Rob Adams, who is he is up in Alberta, Canada. Medicine Hat. That's like the Texas of Canada. Are you putting barbecue sauce on something, Mike? What are you barbecue saucing?
No. This is my Eileen's.
I thought you had a bottle of barbecue sauce. I'm like,
wow.
Damn, I thought I was the fat guy.
I am guilty of showing up to the Discord with dinner on my plate, ready to eat. Maybe, guys. So that's a fair question considering the background.
Yeah, right. But yeah, and then so Rob Adams is from Alberta. Frankie Donardi. Frank Donati he's from London, Ontario. We got Riv coming from Long Island, and Tooch is North Jersey. So, it's not often we get to actually hang out together, other than like this.
Right.
So, but that's one of the things I highly recommend people check out shows. Go to shows, even if you're not into the competition portion. Just go out there and see what's going on out in the world. You'd be surprised at the things people are doing.
Yeah.
And what you can achieve by seeing it.
I agree 100%.
Same. I think it's up to 50% of the hobby is what I think, because you're going to be able to meet people, get to see different builds, and you never know who you're going to meet. Especially if you go onto YouTube, you actually get to see some of the people that you see on YouTube. Not that you'd want to see me, but
absolutely. Not absolutely that we want to see you. I'm just
no.
You meet those people.
No.
Right.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Norman? Half-Ass Model Garage. That's my. I don't know if you guys know him, but that's Norm. And that's my favorite name for a YouTube channel / model shop.
Yeah.
It's half-ass Model Garage. I'm like,
all right, what's going on, half-ass Norm?
If he didn't already steal that or already have that, I'd steal it from him.
Dirt Road Cinderella's in here. What's going on, Tiffany?
Britta's
a couple
in
of
here.
these people were commenting on my side of the live, like, where is everybody? Right?
I don't
know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Some of those people are showing up here, so sorry. I'm a dope. I have no idea what I'm doing, and my backup support is just as bad. So we'll hopefully figure it out by next week, and we'll be live on both channels. I hope.
That is
worst
the
case
goal.
scenario. We're live here again.
It should go to us. If that's with the free one, you can only have like so many people on, and you can only on cam, and you can't have any other admins, and that's the sole purpose behind buying one, and so we can simulcast it to yours. So it's not something that the StreamYard doesn't have. It's something that I just haven't figured out yet.
Well, one of us did wrong, is what you're saying. One of us screwed this up.
But yeah, so you're kind of going back. I lost myself in my conversation. I'm not really a car modeler, but I'm finding a lot of car model projects on my lap lately.
Mm-hmm.
So why the hell not?
Exactly.
I've been a body shop employee for 25 years, which is probably why I don't build cars.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm betting.
I can use a lot of my knowledge in doing cars, so why the hell not? I'll throw a couple projects in there.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, it doesn't matter. Modeling, in my opinion, model building is model building.
It's all plastic.
It's all plastic.
Sometimes photo etch and resin.
Yep, those things too.
Yep.
So for anybody watching, if you wonder why I suddenly dove towards my camera, I try to dry some putty with a hairdryer.
Oh, nice.
To avoid the noise coming through the camera.
Well, whatever you do, don't use a dehydrator.
Oh, snap. There we go.
That's cheating.
I got that. I actually have it running next to me because I put something in it this morning before my meeting.
And for everybody out there that heard me just say that, of course, I was of course being facetious.
Sarcastomagoric.
Yes,
Sarcastomagoric. I got to
I
look
have
that word up
I have a
today.
Susie Bake oven right in the background. It's right behind me there.
I'll definitely
It's
have to look that word up.
you're not gonna find it. I made it up.
There it is.
It's my word, mother.
It's it. It's in the Justin dictionary. Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, if you any viewers there recognize my name from potentially causing some shenanigans,
Yeah, there's.
that's that you are correct. I am that Justin Ryan that causes shenanigans. But it
But
is
now
all
that's
it's all in
that's a
defense.
yeah.
God,
I was gonna say that is a good opportunity to address some of that and let some of the people know exactly what the intention is. I know, and I actually appreciate what you're doing over there. But correct me if I'm wrong. Well, I know I'm not. But your sole intention is to get rid of these damn gatekeepers and these people
it's
that.
not about the paint that's being used. It's about the people that say never had a problem, but don't ever explain to anybody how they've never had a problem.
Right.
I don't want to.
Yes, Brian, you do live in one. That's why you don't need to buy one. Brian
Is it
says,
BG?
Jason, how dare you make fun of dehydrators? I live in one.
Yeah, Arizona is definitely a giant dehydrator. That's for sure.
But it's not about the paint. Can paint be can quote unquote lawn furniture paint? The joke that I've perpetuated there. Can it be used? Sure. Why the heck not? But when you have a new modeler come in and they're having problems because they decided to use this paint that they're not familiar with, when they ask for help or ask for advice as to, hey, what happened, far too often do we get the mediocre photograph which looks like it was filmed with Mikey's potato.
Yep.
And never had a problem, with no explanation as to how they've never had a problem.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, that does nothing to help anybody else. Does not help anybody figure out what they did wrong with their paint problems. So when I respond, yes, get rid of the Rust-Oleum. It is because Rust-Oleum is not a beginner-friendly paint.
No.
Even though it's the most accessible paint, it is not beginner-friendly.
No, it definitely is not. It definitely is not. And I'm with you, Justin. I don't care. I don't care. Use whatever you want. And if you're happy with it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
My opinion doesn't matter about your model. It's how you
Exactly.
feel about it. But don't ask me why. Why? Like, why did this screw up? Why does it take 2 weeks to dry?
Right.
I'm going to answer you honestly. Like I said in the last podcast, not the one that just dropped today, but the last one, you wouldn't spend a week body working and prepping your 65 Corvette and then go to Home Depot and buy bare premium house paint to paint it with, would you?
Exactly.
So, but in the long run, as long as you're happy, that's all that really matters.
Yes, 100%. And like I said, in all honesty, I am not there to poo-poo on the people that do use it or that do like it. In all honesty, I am there 100% for the beginner.
Yeah.
To try to get them so they don't get discouraged when they see these guys that say they've never had a problem.
Exactly. It's like Craig just said. If it's working good for you and you're having a good time, go for it.
Yep, precisely.
But on the surface, sometimes it doesn't look, it looks one thing, but you were telling me the other day that a lot of people message you privately without the sarcasm, without all the BS, and ask you for your honest opinion, and you're able to help them. So that I think is awesome that you're able to give advice and solid advice, stuff that can be used and practical, and because there's nothing worse than, and it doesn't matter, I come from a one-to-one background and the car background and all that, but there's nothing more discouraging than to do something and get done with it and not be happy with it yourself. It's one thing if you're happy with it, that's whatever,
Right.
and you can always learn from one to move to the next one. But it's disappointing and discouraging if you get halfway through it and it gets complicated, and you maybe put up some pictures on Facebook looking for advice, and then there's that guy that tells you it looks like crap, you're wasting your time, what are you doing, that sort of stuff.
Exactly. Without actually offering any advice
Positive,
as
yeah.
to
Yeah.
what they can do to remedy the problems that they're having. And while I do have lots of snarky replies, I also do invite anybody who has any problems to send me a message, and I can help them out. I've been doing this for a while. I've actually been holding classes with my buddy Mark at the local shop for airbrushing and weathering, and we started a club, and it's mainly.
Yeah. Okay.
What's
okay,
that?
Norm. Sorry, I just saw on the comments. Norm was like, "Come on, Mom always used house paint to paint the car."
But yeah, we started this club that it's mainly older guys that are finding the hobby again after retirement, and they've got lots of questions. So every time we get together and hang out, it's a Q&A session, and I'm there just offering any help. They hey Justin, what about this? Hey Justin, what about that? I am 100% for the betterment of people in the hobby. I just don't take any shit from the sarcastic gatekeepers.
Exactly. And you shouldn't. Oh, look at that. Ted's in here.
What's up, Ted?
Mr. Rattle Can Shenanigans. How are you, buddy?
That's perfect timing for him, huh?
No joke.
We were just talking about rattle cans.
As a matter of fact, I actually just today was asked to help host a weathering class at AAA Hobbies.
Oh, cool.
In February.
See, again, I don't know if I'm lucky or not, but nobody ever asked me to show them how to do anything. There you go. Hey, look at him. Oh, look at him.
So the guy that asked me he's the marketing director for AAA. He's also a member of the MFCA club as well. And, he knows since I'm a co-host of that podcast, he listens, and he knows that I'm really there. Even though I cause shenanigans, I am there to help anybody that needs help. And so he asked me, they actually call me the voice of the MFCA. They put me in charge of all the announcements and stuff at the show. So,
there you go. There you go.
But yeah, he asked me if I could help him out with that, and he says they're typically standing room only when he does classes and stuff at the shop. So, perhaps one day I will be able to use that as my retirement and work there as the marketing director like he does.
There you go. That'd be cool. Yeah, shout out to Gloria at Stout Creations. She's got a new channel. She's up and coming.
Hey,
And,
Tim Ryan is in here.
Tim's
Gloria's
in
got a new channel. That's right. I saw that just actually today. She's sending out shop cards, so that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Can one of you guys?
I gotta get out.
Can one of you guys share her channel, a link to her channel on one of your pages, so I can check it out?
Sure can.
I'll send you a link. Yeah, I'll send you a link.
Perfect.
Remind me after we get done here, and I will link it because I can just share the link to you directly that way, or Justin or Jason.
That works. But
I know that there's a way to do it on here, but if I go to punching buttons, we may end up.
No. We've already got ourselves enough trouble going on. Don't be punching any more buttons.
You know it exists, but you don't know how to access it.
Just don't know how to get there.
But no, I'm all for checking out new channels. Yeah. My weekend mornings are my YouTube time. So while I'm still trying to wake up before I go to the bench, I like to sit there and drink my coffee and, watch my YouTube channels that come up. Jason, I usually start yours. I don't know. Sometimes I get lost and, I lose track of what the heck I'm even watching. So I just give you a thumbs up and then move on.
That's all that matters. That's not true. That's not true. I really want you to watch my videos all the way through, Justin.
I do try. I did just get a personal text from BG with the link to her channel. So.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Brian.
He goes, there you go, bud. Oh, and BG, by the way, I really got a kick out of that. What'd you call it? The Airbnb on your on the last episode. That was freaking amazing. If I wasn't driving on the New Jersey Turnpike or 295 or wherever I was, I would have sent you a message right away.
Yeah. We're actually trying to book a room at the Airbnb right now.
I have gone back. I was telling BG about this the other day, which reminds me, BG, I got the Christmas card, so I know it's a little late, but got sent back to you because you had the wrong address. But I got your Christmas card. But I was telling BG the other day that many of you guys know I run a bulldozer all day long, so I got 10 hours a day sitting on this machine trying to entertain myself. So I went back and started at BG's very first video, and I'm going through them one by one by one.
Are you really?
Yep, I am. I'm just to see the progression, and it's entertainment. And I just got what did I get? I got the Jeep done. Yeah, I think there was the Jeep, and then there was one after that I was watching or listening to. But that's what I love about all the podcasts is, you guys go on for an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, however long you guys go on for. And by you guys, I mean both of y'all. So I'll put that on and just I don't have to touch my phone or nothing for a couple hours, just sitting there pushing dirt around and listen to it.
Yeah. So that's actually how I found Justin's podcast.
You were on a bulldozer?
No, not on a bulldozer. No, but at work. And so some of you might not know, I work for a private high school. I do all of the interior painting for a private high school. And I
knew you were in some kind of maintenance position, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah. So we have 47 buildings on campus. We have kids on campus year round. So there's lots of painting to do. And I just get to go and put my headphones on and listen to podcasts. And that's how I found the Insanity podcast. And I thought, man, these guys are hilarious. I think the first one that I listened to before I went back and listened to them was the one where Riv was going off about the dude in the drive-through.
The drive-through.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is going to be my kind of podcast.
But definitely check out modelpodcasts.com, especially you, Mike. There's lots of stuff to listen to there.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike. There's a scale model car podcast on there you might like.
Well, yeah. Well, again, and you said it the other day, I would have never known who the Model Insanity podcast was if it wasn't for the Scale Model Car podcast.
Hey, I don't want them knowing I sent you there.
Riv might disown him.
Right? Especially after last night having to go to the woodshed with him.
Nah, Riv's got good intentions.
I know he does, and I was talking too much, so he was right.
I find that very hard to believe, Mike, that you were talking too much. So you know.
I know.
I don't believe
me. I'm quiet. Don't never say much.
Exactly. King Bob is in the chat. Kevin Smith is in the chat.
Wait, the Kevin Smith?
Silent dude.
The Kevin.
As far as I know, it's the Kevin Smith.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Billboard Builds, Mr. Chet. What's going on, sir? The old stirrer himself. He might stir a little bit more than you do, Justin.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Somebody's got to do it. It's a form of entertainment for sure.
Right. It's
And
okay.
I think that kind of has gotten to the point where just everybody's trying to do that now, you know?
Yes, I agree.
And it gets a little overdone.
Yep.
So, Justin, did you order? I think I saw where you ordered that chassis and the lowering kit from Iceman.
I
For the,
did for the
for the
32.
32? Yeah.
Yep, that actually was already delivered. And then, of course, Joel put up the post the following weekend that he's restocking his Ford 9-inch rear ends. Of course, after I placed that big order for the chassis
Right.
and the front wild lowering I-beam and all that other crap, he's going to put something else up that I had to order.
Right.
All
I
right.
expect delivery of that on Monday, I think.
Mopar Model Mania is in the chat, and I was
No,
just getting
nothing
ready
more.
to answer your private message, sir, but I'm glad you found it. I've caused quite the havoc with advertising all week that I'm going to be live on my channel and then not being. So thanks for making me look bad, Mike. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's my job. I'm here to make you look bad. Well, Jason, did you know that Justin is also a cat guy?
Yeah, I'm a
Yep.
cat guy now.
Yep, he's a
Good.
cat man.
Good. Everybody
Yep.
should be a cat guy.
My daughter's cat Thor needed cuddles last night in the Discord.
He sure did.
Oh, isn't that something?
So I was up there. He was friggin' on my lap, going,
Mm-hmm.
and getting his love.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Actually, Jason, I thought you were on the room too at the same time, but we were in the Discord channel just after we got him, and he had climbed up my back and sat on my shoulder like I was a friggin' pirate. And everyone was like, "What the hell is that on your shoulder?" I was sitting right here.
Nice. Just hanging out. Yep. Oh yeah. Jonesy has gotten to the point where he's big enough where it physically sometimes hurts when he climbs up on the back of my.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He sits up here or he gets up on top of my head, and it's like, dude, you're a heavy cat now.
You can't do this anymore.
Right?
BG's dipping out. Night, Mr. BG. Be good. Thanks for
See you,
dropping in
BG.
and saying hey.
Yeah. Good talking to you, buddy. Talk to you tomorrow.
I think it's pretty cool how, well, Jason, you and I have met, but you know how these discords and these different lives, you can just kind of put faces to names and get to know each other that way. And when you finally do meet in real life, it's like it's like you've known him your whole life. When I met Mr. BG at Acme, I knew right away who to look for. Of course, he is as tall as a goalpost, but
Right.
it's just we went right straight into conversation. There was no awkward da 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 da. It's like boom, we went right into it. How you doing? Here's my bourbon. Help yourself.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, it was. That's how yes, John, I have a black and white tuxedo cat and an all black, like pure black cat. So we have three. That's how I met BG. It was at NNL East, right? So I talked to him a couple of times, and he walked up to the line. I was like, BG, come here. He's like looking at me like, who the heck is that? I'm like, hey, we saved you a spot in line. He's like, cool.
Hell yeah.
I still don't know who the f- you are.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if you've been to NNL East, you know that the line gets to be all the way around the building. And you have to get there early and stand in line for like 2 hours.
What?
if you want to get in and get your stuff on the table, that's how big a show that is.
That's the one right there in New Jersey. It ain't far from
It
you.
is. Yeah, it's in Wayne, New Jersey. They
You're making me sad. Feel like I don't want to go to that show.
Well, here's the thing though. So you stand in line, but what they do is they have a team that comes and pre-registers all your models, gets you all set to go. So when they open the door, it's just a matter of whoever's closest to the door getting in and putting their stuff on the tables. So yeah, that's what we get there quite early. So,
I'm thinking about going to that show this year.
You should absolutely check it out.
Too far from me.
Yeah.
You going this year, Jason?
No. So we're gonna skip NNL East because we're planning an Arizona trip. So I'm gonna put that money towards money to go to Arizona with, because I usually ride down to NNL East with Tim and a couple other people. We usually take Heather's car and we drive, split everything, and it still ends up being like a $700 weekend for me.
Wow.
Well, I mean, think about it. You're going to the biggest model car show on the East Coast. Yeah, you're going to bring money to buy stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you're going to stay for the weekend, so you got to eat. You got to pay for the hotel room. I mean, it can be.
It can add up.
Yeah, it can add up. So.
Acme was a great time this year, but yeah, between the cost of the room and eating and just hanging out, going and doing some sightseeing and going to different places, it didn't take long to spend my budget, that's for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, it gets expensive. Joey Clark, he found us, thank goodness. Hey, Joe.
We'll get it. We'll get it. Well, a good turnout, especially considering how we got started with the Goof Ups. We says we got 33 people in there.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Get it figured out. Like I said.
So this might be the easiest cleanup on a model car body I've ever done. Mold lines are done. They were so faint. They were so faint that, yeah.
Just almost non-existent.
Almost non-existent. Matter of fact, I almost missed one because it was so faint. But I caught it at the last minute, thankfully.
Yeah, Bob's right. Bail money. Got to bring bail money when you go to Acme because you just never know.
Yeah, that's another show we in the next couple of years we're hoping to get to is Acme.
That one is, like I said, I don't have anything to compare it to other than Jack's Con and Pam's Con and shows like that. But that was an amazing, amazing show. I really wanted to go to when you went last year to that NNL East, but I just couldn't make it make sense. I was going to fly up there and then rent a car, and then if I bought a bunch of stuff, how was I going to get it home without paying shipping and all that? So
yeah, exactly.
It's okay. It's all right.
Joey Clark. I have not watched or looked at any of the comments on the video that I posted today. No, but now you're making me want to go do that. Just placed a big order from Zoom-On, Mikey.
Zoom-On.
You ever hear of them?
No, I've never heard of them.
Look up I'll send you the link actually. I bought carpet sets and a bunch of 3D printed wheels and tires.
Sweet.
They sell window mats.
Oh hell yeah.
So that Porsche, the new GT3 Porsche that came out from Tamiya, I bought the correct size, from what I'm told, aftermarket wheels for
All right,
that.
Ray.
Because I've heard that later, Ray. I've heard that the kit wheels for that kit are just a tiny bit on the small side. So I bought a set of the wheels that they had. I bought a set of the turbo fans that they had for that. A carpet set. I bought a carpet set for 2 or 3 other kits that I have. Window masks for 2 or 3 other kits that I have. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, do that. I I bought a detail kit from the Scale Motorsports, but I've seen where they at least have gone out of business for a little while. I don't know if it's going to be permanent or not, but they've gone out. They're like not selling anything anymore.
No, Scale Motorsports, I heard, went. They finally did go
The way
out
they
of
go,
business.
bird.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed at that because I had plans to get. I'm pretty sure it was them that had decals, like leopard print and zebra print decals.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
And I have a 90s, late 90s style sport truck plan, and I wanted to get those decals for the seats, and I forgot.
Yeah,
That's where I got the houndstooth decals for the Volkswagen Bug that I did.
yeah.
Yeah,
They had the houndstooth. They're oh, what do they call it? Carbon fiber. They had so many different ones, and they were really really good.
Yeah.
But they Justin, you could probably relate to this more than I could anyway. They had some really really cool uh, photo etch upgrade kits for the higher end Tamiya stuff. Not just Tamiya, but the
yeah.
Yeah.
higher end kits, and they were a little pricey, but they were really really nice, really nice stuff.
Well, everything I ordered through Zoomon came to like $43 with shipping. So
That's
and I got a
cheap.
lot of stuff. I sent you that link.
All right, I'm
I'll
on
be right
both.
back.
Both. All right, we'll
I'll
be
be
in
right
touch.
back, guys.
All right,
You
bye.
got it.
Has underside hood detail photo sets that are absolutely killer. Cool. Ted, I'll be looking into those. I'm gonna check out that website when we get done with the bill. So Tool Taz. I think that's the first time I've seen that name. Welcome to the show, buddy. Tool Taz. Maybe Jason knows him. Jason, do you know a Tool Taz?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yep, he's been a subscriber of my channel for quite a while.
Cool beans. He's in the
Yeah,
chat.
glad to see him here.
Absolutely. So talking about that, I showed the motor to that 20th scale AMX that I'm building for your group build.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you how I'm going to stripe it, and you tell me if you think I'm nuts. So a buddy of mine owns a professional, sure enough vinyl wrap place, and I've got this vinyl wrap from him. It's a flat black, right?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, or what my plan is I'm going to have one 6 millimeter wide stripe and one 1 millimeter wide stripe next to it. That's kind of how AMC did. So it's going to come up the passenger side, starting at the tip of the hood, come
Yeah.
up the hood, go over top, down the back. But it's not in the center of the car. It's to
No,
the
it's off
what
to
would
the
be
side.
it's
Yeah.
off to one side, right?
Yep.
So the vinyl is a little bit thicker, well, considerably thicker than a decal, but not not as much as you might would think. So my plan is I'm going to lay that flat black down because I want that flat black to stay flat black.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to paint the car in the AMC Big Bad Blue from Scale Finishes. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna obviously primer it first, do all my body work, primer it, all that. But before I do that, I'm gonna tape over top of those stripes, and then I'm gonna paint everything, and then do my clear coat, and then cut the tape along the clear coat and pull that back. Now that's the part that gets a little sketchy. Is
Yeah.
when I get that. That's what I'm worried about. I just don't want to put clear coat over top of the vinyl wrap because it's going to take the flat black, turn it gloss black, and it gets away from the look that
So
I'm looking for.
why not put the vinyl on top of the clear?
The catch with that is that I'm worried about the thickness of it because it is thicker than a decal, right? You might be able to. I mean,
Feel
you
the
probably
ridge.
would be able to, yeah, but you'd probably be able to feel the. I mean, it would be minor, but you still probably could see it. So that's what I guess I'm. That was my plan. I'm looking for advice on.
Okay. So on the other side of that coin, though, if you tape off those stripes and then clear it, pull the tape off, you're gonna feel a ridge.
Okay.
Probably thicker than the stripe.
Okay.
Think about it. How
Yeah,
many
it makes
coats
sense.
of clear are you gonna spray on that?
That's just it. How many man it takes? We talked about what 8 coats and sanding in between every other coat
I
or
mean,
whatever.
everything from start to finish. Yeah, you could. So you could put, say, realistically, you're gonna put 2 or 3 good coats of clear. Then you're gonna buff, right?
Right.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be thicker than that vinyl, I think.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
So just put it on. That'd be a lot easier to do it that way too. Just put it on.
Plus, I worry that you risk if you're going to peel that tape off. Once you've cleared over that tape, you're going to risk tearing that clear coat. It's not going to break clean.
Right.
I can almost guarantee it.
Even if I ran my knife down beside it, but now I'm cutting.
Now you're cutting into it.
Yeah. That makes more sense then. Plus that'd be a lot less work. I could just paint it all big bad blue, put the stripes on it, and be done.
Yeah. And true story. That's how they. I mean, Justin probably backed this up. If you get a car that's got like a vinyl, like say a Dodge that's got a fancy stripe on it or a name on it, I guarantee they don't clear over that. That's not painted on; it's vinyl,
Yeah.
Nope.
and it's on
Yeah,
top
we
of
do
everything
not.
else.
Now, every now and again, we do have cars with custom pinstripes on them, but
Yeah,
now from the factory, they are not typically painted over. In fact, it's actually the dealerships that a lot of times will put the stripes on.
right.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
I don't think. I think the lesser of two evils would be the vinyl stripes on top of the clear.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Okay. Because I bought this. I went to Hobby Lobby, and I bought this neat little cutter.
Hey, did you
That,
know that Hobby Lobby has 40% off every other week?
Oh, for crying out loud!
Yep.
Sorry.
But no, I bought this little cutter so I can, cut that vinyl square
Yeah.
and
Yep.
get it correct. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Very nice.
Mike,
I went-
if you're dead set on using a vinyl stripe, you could you can actually try to find automotive pinstriping. It's a lot like the masking tapes that we use. Comes in different widths and thicknesses.
I have some of that. J tape? You talking about like J tape and that? No, that's tape.
No, like Pro Stripe. Look up Pro Stripe.
Pro stripe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's overkill because you can only buy it like 150-yard lengths. But
Yeah, no, it is
You know what I
definitely going to
mean?
be for that. It's going to be overkill. Justin, you can't see the chat, can you?
no, well, hold on. Let me take a look. See, maybe the chat will pop up for me. Yes, I can. Holy shit! But now you guys are all tiny.
Well, somebody just asked if you had a channel in the chat, so I wasn't sure if you
actually
could.
don't. My daughter keeps telling me that I should. But that's more work involved with the
That's
hobby.
Yeah.
Yep.
To start a YouTube channel. Now the Modeling Insanity podcast is working on doing some YouTube stuff. So we'll be able
Really?
to once we get that logistical nightmare squared away, we will be putting up some YouTube content as well. I don't know
That,
if that's spoilers or not, but
well, that'd be pretty cool if it was. What's up, Mr. Fred Henry?
What's up, Pepe?
hey, Fred.
But yeah, that would be cool if they're going to be start doing something on there. It's just more exposure and more information, which good information, you can't beat it. It's like a limp Peter, you can't beat it.
Well, you've nothing. Never mind.
I'm going back to the woodshed. I can tell already.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I have kicked around the idea, and I haven't quite done any kind of Google searches for what kind of equipment I would need to
You got
do
it.
some
You already
videos
got
and stuff. But
You already got it. I mean, short of an editor, you can get, you can
So-
buy an editing system. If you have an iPhone, you got the iMovie right on
say,
it.
if I do everything on my iPhone. Literally, it comes with iMovie. I do all my editing through that. The only thing I had to download separately was a free app to make my thumbnails.
Okay.
And that's literally what it was, a free app that I can create thumbnails on.
Interesting.
And everything else is done through my phone.
Okay.
So if you wanted to mess around with it, you could without buying anything, unless you have a flip phone from the 90s.
Yeah. Now I do have to say when I was Cub Master for Hapro's Pack 17, I would do actually did coffee with the Cub Master every Sunday morning. It started off as just a Facebook Live video.
Yeah.
But then I started doing it as a YouTube using the PAX YouTube channel, but I didn't really get too in depth with any kind of editing or anything like that. So
yeah,
I use InShot for my editor. There is a free one and there's a pro one. I started with the free one and then stepped up to the pro one, which you do have to pay for that. But I don't know that it's any better or any worse than the rest. It just I'm familiar with it, right? So I know how to use it. But and that does everything I need it to do. You can you can take the voice out. Like say you're at a show and they're playing music and you want to put it on YouTube. You can take the sound out and put in your own non-copyrighted music, or you can talk over it. Whatever you want to do. It has all the pieces and parts.
right.
Yeah.
But again, I'm like Jason. I do it all on that Apple phone.
Yeah, it's just easier for me to just. I mean, I tried buying a camera. We actually bought a streaming, like a vlogging camera separate, and downloaded the software on the laptop to do everything there. And it was awful. They didn't work well together. It was slow. The camera, the quality of the video was half of what my iPhone camera can do, right?
Oh,
so I'm
shit.
like, why even bother? You literally, if you have an up-to-date smartphone, you have everything you need.
Okay.
I did research after research after research looking into this because this was an investment, and I bought the R50. It's supposed to be the best vlogging type camera out there, and I ran into the same exact thing that you did, Jason. The work wasn't worth the effort, and then they want to do for close-up shots. I got to buy a macro lens that's $800. No thanks.
Yeah, exactly. Nope.
Now I do have to say that you quote unquote you car guys, your YouTube channels are a little alien to me. Anytime I've gone on to YouTube for any kind of modeling content, very rarely is it done in a video diary style.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Usually it is videos of how to build something or how somebody built something. One of my favorites is actually the model guy, Robbie Knopf's.
Yeah.
He does, it's aircraft and armor, but he actually will talk about the history of the aircraft that he's building while he's showing the video of his build. And that's the kind of content I like. And like I said, it was kind of, I guess, culture shock, for lack of a better term, with with coming across your channel, Jason, where it's
Yeah.
more of a blog, a video blog.
Yeah. So I found a lot of car guys, they won't watch, like, most of my videos. If I go on my analytics, I can track it down to even like my 20-minute long video
Yeah.
is fast forward, at least half of it's fast forwarded through.
Right.
People don't, I don't know why. For me, they didn't respond to the longer videos.
Right.
And I had a lot of people actually tell me, we like your videos when you keep it, 10, 15 minutes. So that's what I've been doing. It works for me. But I'm with you. I enjoy a long form video where they're
Right.
teaching you about stuff. I mean, I don't necessarily want to sit here and watch somebody glue parts together.
No.
But
It's those hour-long videos I get
Yeah.
lost in. But
Yeah.
15, 20-minute, half-hour videos
Yes.
of, where there's cutscenes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
see every single piece being glued together, but
Right.
I like to see, because a lot of times those creators they'll cut to areas where there was something of interest or there was a challenge in the build, so they want to show it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think so, Tiffany. I don't think I can break it down to what speed they're watching it on. But if you go into your YouTube analytics, you can it'll tell you the click impression rate, the click through rate, the hours watched, the average minute per video watched. But it doesn't tell you what speed they're watching it at. I mean, if they want to watch mine at double speed and have me sound like a chipmunk, I don't care. As long as they're watching the whole thing, right?
For me, it's double because, like, if I'm not on the Discord or not doing something, I'll put it on, somebody's channel, like I was telling you about BG's, and just go through it and just kind of like binge listen, not really watch, but binge listen to it. And it's just kind of background noise at that point. When I very first started, when I started on that pacer, I would have the short videos, kind of like, where we started, where we ended up, the 20-minute long stuff. But in between, I also had the full length video of everything I did that would stretch an hour and 10 minutes. And of course, they didn't get much watch time at all, so I quit doing it. But I had a few people that contacted me privately and were like, "Hey, man, why are you not doing that anymore?" I'm like, "Oh, I wasn't really picking up." But they were doing the same thing. They basically put it on in the background, and if I said something that interested them or whatever, they'd peek over and go back to work, which I can relate to that because I do the same thing.
Exactly.
See, I feel bad if I hit the fast forward or skip button. I kind of feel like, oh my God, Jason's going to see that I didn't watch the whole video. He's going to see where I clicked the like button, and he's going to give me shit if I don't watch the whole thing.
Well, just so you know, no, I can't tell individually who went and did what, but it gives me the average.
Yeah. That's still not going to help my conscience at all.
No, well, I'm going to look at that as a little bit of payback for all those times I have to go on there and, into the Lucas C group and and be the admin and clean up your mess.
The chaos, the overwhelming chaos.
Oh, stop. It's not that bad.
Actually, it really isn't. It's on the other side. It's the people that flip out and start calling names. And there was that one guy who will remain nameless from 2 weeks ago that told me that Christ was going to strike me down where I stood because I was a bad person. I'm like, wow.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes people are unhinged.
Right.
Did you see that movie? Unhinged? Isn't that the one with I think that's the one with where he goes into that driving rage, and who's that guy? I can't think of his name now. Was he the guy that played Gladiator? Maybe
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
I think so. He basically gets like severe road rage, and just scares the bejesus out of these people in this car.
I don't know.
Yeah, my girl loved it because she was like wanted to be him so bad. She drives to
Wow.
Gainesville, Florida. She drives to Gainesville, Florida, every day where she works, and it's a typical college town, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So she gets to deal with that loveliness.
Yeah, I get a kick out of the hate messages that I receive from people that, out of nowhere. Like, I never interacted with you before in my life. Why are you sending me hate messages?
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the thing nowadays.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Well, one guy actually said to me, he sent me a message. He goes, I'm trying to keep my Christianity intact. And so I'm not putting this up on Facebook, but shut your mouth. I was just like, wow, okay, Mr. Christian.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm glad you're a Christian, because what would that have been if you weren't?
Yeah, wow.
The hate
And
daggers
then,
are
you know what, in
overwhelming.
all honesty, after chatting with him a couple times, he apologized to me for losing his cool. And
That's cool. That's
we
good.
had a couple
Yeah,
conversations. Yeah.
that's really good. Yeah, I had during that conversation that I was having where the gentleman told me that Christ
Yeah,
was gonna. Yeah, I
I
had
will smite you.
I
I
had
will
other
smote you.
people. Other people were, and it was all because I said that the person was. I didn't even take the post down. I said you're breaking a rule. Don't do that, please. Um, I had people say, "Well, if you don't like the way it's going, leave the group." And there were other people that were like,
Yep.
"He's the admin."
I remember that one. Yeah.
It's like, what are you people? Oh gosh,
That's
yeah,
the old Rust-Oleum huffing taking place.
it is. Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no, he's not.
No, he's not. Oh, goodness.
yeah,
I have not a care in the world as to what you breathe in.
Let this lame out of there. You go. 2000 came from New Hampshire.
yeah. I just saw that.
I don't know what he's talking about.
No, I can tell you, he came from New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah. Mark, you mean?
Yeah, Fred. I love the ones. Actually, I was engaged in a conversation with a guy yesterday the day before, who told me I need to go from body shop to body shop in the area and look at which shops actually have bake booths. And I was like, well, 25-year career in the collision repair industry, every single shop I worked in had a bake booth. And I haven't heard a word from him since.
Well,
Yeah,
Fred's a retired Navy SEAL, so I think the comment that when he was talking about his former occupation, they realized that he's probably not some 12-year-old sitting behind a computer somewhere. This
Yeah,
guy's been
right.
he's
yeah,
been
no,
he's got some training.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But I mean, my statement goes along with it, though. You know, I don't just speak nonsense. I know
Right.
what I'm talking about. I live it every day. I have freaking inspections once a month to make sure I'm doing everything the way it's supposed to be. I have, you know what I mean?
yes, exactly.
Hey, what's up, Sam? There's a fellow Floridian, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
What's up, Sam?
Sam's another one that I met at a show. Again, it took us a minute to figure out who each other was, but as soon as we did, like, oh, that's cool, man. We just hung out, went to lunch together, had a good time, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I
Sam's a
said
good
That
guy.
is that is the one of the drawbacks with having a social media presence. Being a podcaster or having YouTube videos or anything like that, is the fact that you are seen by people but you don't see the people that you're interacting with. You just interacting with names.
Yes.
And then you go to shows and the people are there. I met Lewis Hicks that way, and it was just after a Rust-Oleum Krylon blow up on the Lucas C page. So I heard from behind me, "Hey, are you Justin Ryan?" I turned around and started bobbing and weaving just in case.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. That's how I met. I actually met Lewis Hicks at NNL East. He came up and he's like, "Hey, how are you? You know, I love your channel." And a lot of people do that, and it takes a minute, right? Because you don't know who they are.
Right.
And
Some of them talk to you like they know you, and you feel like you should talk to them like you know them, but you don't.
Yeah.
hey, what's up, Billy Strange? Welcome to the party.
Billy, strange seeing you here, Billy.
Oh Jesus, here we go.
But yeah, that happened to me for the first time. And again, I don't have near as many followers as you do, Jason. But I was down there at Pam's Con, and if he was in here, he'd laugh along with me. But Chris from Chris's House of Plastic, I was standing there talking to one of the guys looking at some 3D printed wheels. And there's this guy standing behind me, like I'm catching him out of the corner of my eye. He's not hurting anything. He's just standing there, right? Just traffic going by, people trying to get by. And I see him standing there and talking to this guy about wheels. And I look back here, he's still standing there. And what he's doing is being polite to wait for me to turn around, get done, turn around, introduce himself. And at first, I'm like, who is this guy? But man, it was a really weird feeling to have somebody, hey, man, I love your channel. And I was like, oh, cool. You're not trying to shoot me or something.
Right.
Yeah, that is a weird feeling, and it gets even. Well, I don't want to say it gets even weirder, but it can take you off guard. When I've had very, very nice folks approach me at shows and say, "Oh my God, I love your channel. Can I have a picture with you?" And I'm like, "Me? you want me to pose with a pic? Okay, sure."
I
like,
love your channel. Now, can I lick chocolate off of your nose?
Wow.
What? That's some weird stuff, man. I don't know what you're into.
Sluggo just threw me
know.
off there for a minute too, because he was like, "If I meet any of your YouTube modelers, I'm dropping to my knees." I was like, "Uh oh," and said, "I'm not worthy." I was like, "Okay, you don't have to do all that." But...
Okay, boys, let's party.
It is, Larry. It is. It was just weird because he knew my show, and I had never experienced that before. It was very flattering, and I enjoyed it a lot. But it was something new, I guess is the best way to put it. I had never been approached like that.
It is. It's very flattering, and it's awesome that you're having. If you think about it, that's the kind of impact you're having on other people, right? It could be worse. It could be like, you son of a right, but it's not.
Like I get.
That's right.
But no, Lewis Hicks is an awesome dude. He actually, and it turns out, I had just gone through and given out the Insanity poker chips, and his collection that he had out at PenCon was a recipient of one of my chips.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Lewis Hicks is not only a really good kid, but a phenomenal builder.
Yeah. His lowrider paint job was freaking, they were amazing.
Well, have you seen his work in the Auto Modeler magazine? He's in there now.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we have.
We are going to have Scott Comer on the AMC livecast on the 13th of February. Looking forward to that interview. Looking forward to that interview. Him and Matt just dropped their issue review on Matt's channel, and they gave us a really nice shout out on there for the show, which I thought was really cool, and I thanked them both for it.
Very cool. All right, so I got to scroll up. I'm missing people. Hey, Larry, how are you? Boston Buds is here.
So you totally missed an opportunity, Jason.
Oh boy,
you totally missed the "Hey, Larry" from the Impractical Jokers.
I did. Damn it. I'm not on my game. I'm not on my game today. I'm all thrown off.
Right, the starting of the show messed him up.
It did.
But
Hey, Mike Harlan, how are you, buddy?
the answer to that question is yes. I'm done with the car side. No, I'm not going through the aircraft stuff. He was able to find somebody that was better at that than me. I wouldn't know where to price them or any of that. And he found an airplane modeler guy that is helping him get rid of them. So somebody
Oh,
that
that's
can
good.
yeah, have the avenue to
That's
be able to
good.
move them a lot quicker than I would have been. He introduced
Yeah,
them to the audience that are familiar with it. So.
very nice.
But, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I was happy to help him out. It was a sad situation all the way through, but I was never so happy as to sell the last kit, get it done with, get it shipped off. That was a lot, like 2,000 kits,
Yeah,
and that was a lot
Damn.
of shipping and a lot of
yeah.
posting, and
And what did Terry two end up with? Like 1,800 of them.
he got a bunch. He did get a bunch. I brought him a box that barely fit in my excursion. Now I'm talking about an excursion here, and it barely fit in there, and it was full of stuff. He bought,
That's
he
funny.
buy 3 this week, 5 next week. It
Yeah,
was, and
exactly.
he was a great helper for that.
Right. All right. Who's leaving? Donnie Griffin. See you, buddy.
See you,
Hey, Donnie,
Don.
have a good one, bud. Yeah, we're creeping up there on close to our 2 hours, so
Yeah, we're
probably
getting
won't
there.
be long.
About another 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yep.
It'll be dinner time here too. So
Amen.
Yeah, my wife and daughter just grabbed their dinner. The wife made some ham and potato soup tonight.
ooh,
That sounds good.
sounds delicious.
They're like, Dad, take your time, because I don't want to watch whatever stupid show they put on.
Yeah,
so I can go in there. They don't want me to go and change the channel on them.
that's funny.
Speaking of shows, y'all been seeing that new show with Billy Bob Thornton, the Landman?
No,
No.
That's a pretty good show. I like it. The first season's just ended. Really good show. Remember the girl from, what was it, Friday Night Lights, where she put on the whipped cream bikini?
Okay. That's Varsity
No.
Blues, wasn't it?
Well, Varsity Blues. Okay, I knew it was one of them. But
That's pretty
either
much
way,
the
yeah,
same thing.
she's
Friday Night
in there.
Lights was the series for that.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
I was close. Right church, wrong pew. But she plays the wife in there, and her character in that show is absolutely hilarious. She's just one of those out there's, and Billy Bob
Yeah.
plays such a good part in there. It's a good show. It's another one by that Taylor Sheridan, but still a good show.
I just want to point out that I'm kind of creeped out right now. I'm working on this Cyclops, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to fill in the 3D printer guy left holes
In his
I guess,
feet.
for the extra resin to be drained.
Yeah.
So no, I'm actually.
Oh,
I got a.
you left a hole there too, huh?
I got a face full of Cyclops taint.
That's
Larry,
awful.
I'm watching it on Paramount. I think it's Paramount Plus. Well, I'm sure it's streamed in other places, but I watched it on Paramount Plus.
We've been watching Will Trent. That's a good show.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen Will Trent?
Mm-mm.
Look it up. That's a really good one.
So we over here at the Ryan household are into well, the wife's not so much, but oh look, he's got a butthole. The TV show Community from the early teens, 20 teens.
Yes.
That show is freaking amazing. It is now on Amazon Prime. I've gradually bought all the seasons because it's kind of like our go-to when there's nothing that really gets us excited. We just throw that on.
Right.
Another one we like is Tacoma FD. If you have not seen that one is the guys that do Broken Lizard, the guys that did Beer Fest and whatnot.
Yep.
Love the show. Love that show too.
Mopar Model Mania says that's his vasectomy scar that you're working on, Justin.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to. So he's got like freaking a lower half of an animal. So I'm trying to make sure that he still has like the fur texture and not make it look like lady parts.
Right.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Because every time I'm using these little, they call them brushes. It's a silicone brush, quote unquote.
Okay.
They're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like little rubber chunks of silicone
Yeah.
that are on the end of a brush handle. So I'm using that to shape 2-part epoxy putty to fill in the
Nice.
seams.
Nice.
Yeah, I use those. I got some of those. I use those for helping to move around decals.
Yep. Yeah, I use them for that too. Actually, a few weeks back, I put in a I guess for lack of a better term, a substantial order with AK Interactive over in Spain.
Yeah.
I needed a new X-Acto knife. So I ordered a couple of theirs, nice heavy metal freaking X-Acto knives. And then I got a set of their hard tip and their medium tip silicone brushes.
Oh, cool.
Shipping is very quick. You are ordering from Spain. But I definitely recommend ordering from them. They're good shippers. I think I got it in like 4 days. Got my order in 4 days.
Can't beat that.
No, you definitely can't.
It took me on that Secret Santa deal, Justin? Took me 3 weeks to get it from California to New Jersey?
Yeah. And meanwhile, I got an AK Interactive order from Spain in 3 days. Thanks, USPS.
Right.
Well, I think it was Fred Henry that shipped something one time. Maybe I forget exactly who it was. Either going to or coming from Fred. Somehow he was involved in it, or maybe it was Brian. But the kit ended up going to like Turkey before it got to. I think it was going to Canada, and then ended up like in Turkey and went all around the world before it finally got to where it was going. Yeah, I think they were sending it to, if memory serves, they were sending it to Jamie G from like Georgia, and then went to Turkey.
Georgia the state or Georgia the country?
No, Georgia the state.
Okay. Now I've my usual mail order go-to is Mega Hobby, because they're about 45 minutes from me. Okay. But sometimes the post office likes to have my models see parts of the country that I probably will never see.
Right.
It's usually a 3-day trip when I order. You know, if I order on a Monday, I usually have that stuff by Wednesday, Thursday. One time I ordered and I watched the tracking of my package go from whatever the town, Bryn Mawr or something like that over in Jersey to the Philadelphia hub. Then it went from the Philadelphia hub to the Huntington Valley hub, which is 3 miles up the road from me. Then it went back to Philly, went over to Michigan, sat in Detroit for a couple of days, went back to Bryn Mawr, back to Philly, to Hatboro to me. like, are you serious?
Right.
That's the one when it shows up, and it's got all the different stickers on it from all over the different countries.
Right, exactly.
Been traveling.
Yeah, right.
Call that the Johnny Cash package because it's been, or is it John Denver? I've been everywhere, man. I always
exactly.
I don't think it was either one of them.
Are you sure?
Fred said that was Brian's. Yeah, Brian was sending something to Jamie G. So yeah, it's like Brian lives, I'll say the Atlanta area, that part of Georgia anyway. And it was going to Canada and ended up in Turkey. It's like, how the hell do you get from there to there to there to there? Right? It just doesn't make sense.
Wow. It went to Turkey?
Turkey, the country, yeah. It did.
Wow. Interesting.
Song and lyrics by Johnny Cash.
Is it? Okay.
Yep. I didn't think I was too crazy.
I've been everywhere, man.
So I am going to put the Cyclops in the food dehydrator, guys.
Oh my God.
Get him dried out.
You gonna dry out all that Cyclops meat.
Yeah, Cyclops meat.
After the area that he's been working, I'm not even going to go there.
No.
I don't know why, but every time I hear the word Cyclops, I think of Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. He's like, "Don't make me come down there and kick your Cyclops ass."
Yeah.
And Hank Snow did a version too.
Yeah, so I thought somebody else did a version, but that's okay. I admit defeat. You were correct. It was Johnny Cash.
What is it,
Okay,
BG?
well, here we go. Mopar Model Mania says I've Been Everywhere was written by Jeff Mack in '59 and made popular by the singer Lucky Star in '62.
Well, what is
Stupid
it, BJ
Google?
said?
It's a lying Google.
I take what I said back. I knew I was right. I do not admit defeat.
I think BG said it right. The comments will correct you.
Yes, comments will correct you.
Yeah, mediocre modeler. It is pretty cool. A pretty cool figure, large scale. So I'm not gonna be. Probably gonna be dry brushing a lot and doing some airbrushing on that sucker. I might subject the family to Clash of the Titans or whatever the hell that thing's from.
Ooh,
Just so
yeah.
I get some live action friggin'
There
references.
you go. There you go.
I did just buy a set of dry brushes. A whole set of these suckers.
Wow. Huh.
Where'd you get them from?
I shared on
Yeah.
the Insanity page a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Artist Opus dry brushing techniques.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of brushes that he recommends, that he uses.
Oh, no kidding.
And this was only like $20 on Amazon, so.
Oh, no kidding.
I might as well.
Can you send me the link for that?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You want the link to the brushes or the link to the video?
Both.
Okay. Yeah. So he uses what he calls a texture palette. A lot of the figure guys, I'm sure you may have heard the term wet palette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Heather has a wet palette.
Okay, so the texture palette is kind of along the same lines. His is different. His is a matte that has just embossed textures into it. But I actually made my own with a bunch of like leftover model pieces. And
hang on just a second, Justin. I'll put you up on the
put them on the big screen, will you? There you go. Oh,
I
look
just
at
gotta
that.
find out where the damn camera is on my iPad.
Left is right, right is left.
Yeah, right, and down is up and up is down. So I got some over here. I got some gravel from an aquarium in there. I got a plaster rock from a model railroad stuff. I got some small scale aircraft in there. A couple of figure. There's a tank hull. Damn, this is difficult. Just a bunch of pieces in there that you can go ahead in and practice your dry brushing on. You get the right amount of paint off of your brush so you can go and do it. There's an engine in here. I don't even know what that engine is too.
That's freaking cool.
But all this is it's all just hot glued inside a little itty bitty wet palette that I don't use anymore.
Nice.
There's a tip for y'alls.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you.
But as soon as we're done, I'll send you, because I did put that dry brushing video into my painting effects playlist on YouTube.
Okay.
So I'll launch that your way.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
That's some of the
Mike,
stuff.
If you want it, I'll send it to you too.
Yeah, please do. That's some of the stuff that I'm trying to learn from the armor guys and that rusting, weathering technique. You guys, talking to Rob, we had him on the show, and the layers and the different layers and what layers should go first, and how you're going to do it, what you're doing. There's a lot.
And that is the key. Layers.
There's a lot to be learned, a lot to be shared across the board with this hobby.
Yeah.
So many different things going on.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool. I want to learn new stuff.
Amen.
But yeah, I'll share the link with both of you guys, and you guys can put them both up in your in your respective groups or whatever.
Thank
Sure.
you.
And
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that'll be
you.
that
cool.
way you can share them with all the viewers. All the viewers at home can
All
tune
the
in.
viewers at home. All the
Exactly.
viewers at home.
Yeah, it comes in this nice handy dandy little cardboard tube.
Nice.
That's
That is
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Mama bought me a set of. They're not the sponge or dust brushes, but the regular brushes. Not I don't know what regular paintbrush, but all
Yeah.
different sizes. She bought me one for Christmas, and it came in a tube like that. They're pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't broke down yet and bought the sable brushes and all that. I've heard a lot about those, but I think that's more for like pinstripe guys. I don't know how well that would work on. Would it be overkill for a model car than fancy sable?
Now, are you
high-end?
talking like the pinstripers brushes, or are you
Yeah.
just talking about the kind that are made of sable?
I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. I assumed.
So
that
sable is the hair.
Okay.
That is just the hair that the bristles are made of.
Okay.
I can't remember what the pinstripe brushes are called. They're like sword brushes, or can't remember what it was called, because I tried to get into that too in my early auto body repair years.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, so I suggest, and this is coming from a figure painter, my suggestion is to get the best brushes you can afford and keep them clean.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
I mean, so a lot of the figure guys will use what's called Winsor Newton's Series 7s.
Yeah.
They're like $25 a brush.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most people do not need to buy a set of those brushes.
No.
You know what I mean? And I like them. I got 5 or 6 of them. But for the price, and I use them enough that I'm replacing them every year and a half anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, my buddy Jim Rice, he owns Sabo Miniatures. That's SABOT Miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
He has a set of brushes. Kolinsky Sables. So it's just like it's the sable brush like you're talking about, but this was like $30 for a set of 5 brushes.
Yeah.
That's a little closer to my budget.
And it's right. And and it might not even have been 30. It might have been less than that. But it's all now, granted, these are like figure painter sizes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what you're actually painting with, but or painting with them. You might be able to use bigger size brush, but they're on par with the Winsor Newton 7s. So definitely if you're in the market for some brushes that are quality to go like that a figure painter would use, check out the Zem brushes on Sabo Miniatures.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good quality brushes.
Nice. I'm going to pass that along to Heather, actually.
Yeah, that's info she could use too. Oh
yeah, she got an inexpensive set of brushes from the comic book place that we buy her figures from, basically.
Right.
And I think that she's outgrown them, let's say. So
she wants to step it up.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Now like I said, it definitely depending on how much you paint with them determines how long they live. But does she have the brush cleaner?
Yep.
Yeah, like that plastic tub that you in your hand. Good.
Yeah.
They'll last a good year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Again, it all depends on how much you're using them, but
right.
They're good brushes, and I'll keep buying them whenever I need to buy brushes.
Yep.
That's
good.
Cool.
Good info.
Well, guys, we are definitely getting up on our 2 hours for our maximum show time, but I want to take a second, starting with you, Justin. You got anything that you'd like to plug? Your show? I know you said you didn't have a channel, but throw out any plugs.
Just the usuals. Go check out the Modeling Insanity podcast, because if I don't say that, Rob will probably kick me off the podcast. No, Modeling Insanity podcast. Send us an email, modelinginsanitypodcast@gmail.com. We're definitely not work safe, so keep that in mind. Earbuds in if you're if you're going to be listening.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But for other modeling podcast info, other podcasts, definitely check out modelpodcasts.com. That's the site that was assembled by Stuart Clark.
Yeah.
Highly recommend car guys, and I'm sure these are the above average car modeler guys, but definitely check outside your genre. You know what I mean? Like don't stick within cars, because there's lots of good information out there that you could translate into working on your cars and taking them that one step better.
Yeah.
Well, definitely appreciate you stopping by this week. I know we talked behind the scenes, and it may not be every week that you come in, but if you can make it work, we'll make it work. We got some other guys we got some other guys that have talked about maybe coming on, doing a little bit, maybe throw in a little bit here and there, but definitely appreciate you coming by, and your information is great. Definitely share those links, and we'll post them up. And again, we appreciate it. And what about you, Jason? You got something you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about?
I just want to say thanks for hanging in there, even though this was a technologically a fiasco at the beginning.
It was that.
So, but we're gonna keep going with it. It's either gonna be we're either gonna be live on your channel, live on my channel, maybe live on both if we somehow get lucky. I don't know. But this was a lot of fun.
I don't know.
This is a lot of fun. Go check out my podcast if you guys haven't. The Scale Motor Car Podcast. It's a lot of fun. And if you guys in the chat haven't been to my channel, or you went to my channel today for the first time expecting me to be live and I wasn't there and I disappointed you, give me another chance. Go back and check out my channel and maybe give me a sub, and some of those. What do you say, Mikey?
A big old thumbs up.
There you go. Yeah,
I highly recommend the weekend mornings with a nice cup of coffee.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's when they're the best.
This was fun. This was a lot of fun, and I'm sure it's going to be fun in the future.
All right. Now, the big question is, we're doing this as a part of, in a way for us to hold our feet. Did we get any building done, or have we just been?
I did.
I did too. I did. I got some work done.
I did.
Yep. I got a lot of terrible joints filled tonight.
Yeah.
And not the Rob Adams kind of joints.
So let's just say you are officially the person I'm going to go to if I have questions about a Cyclops.
Look, I've seen Cyclops in intimate positions, so I accept that challenge.
Exactly.
Well, Jason,
and I'm pretty pleased it did not come out looking like lady parts.
Well, that's a plus right there. That's definitely a plus. So yes.
Jason and Justin, you guys hold what you got. Don't go. We're just going to end this and then do the behind the scenes thing. But I wanted to echo what Jason was saying. Thank you guys in the chat for coming in, guys and gals. We appreciate it. Hope you like what you see. If you have any ideas or chats or something that you'd like to see, besides making it to where we can simulcast from Jason's channel as well. But if you got any thoughts or ideas or something you'd like to see, please feel free to send me a message, or I'm sure you can send Jason a message, either one, and maybe we can get some on here and talk about some stuff that you guys are interested in. But as always, I sign off the same way every time, because I mean it every time. You all be safe, be kind to each other, and keep on modeling. See you guys next Sunday, 4:00, same time, same channel.
Well, no, maybe not the same channel. Maybe a different channel.
Maybe on T's and P's, everyone. T's and P's.
T's and P's.
See you guys.